understand. Is there a heart in the house tonight? You got to have love. You got to have love. Love in your heart tonight. Build it up together and get it on forward. Build it up. Build a house for a heart that will stand it all. To all belong together. Build it up together and get it on forward. To all the melody one. Build a house for a heart that will stand it all. Build it up. Is there a heart in the house tonight? Stand up, stand up, stand up. Let me know that you understand. Better listen to me. Love doesn't come free. You gotta feel it up. Is there a heart in the house tonight? Stand up, stand up. Is there a heart in the house tonight? Well, love, my love, your love, my love is alright. Is there a heart? Is there a heart in the house tonight? Is there a heart in the house tonight? Is there a heart in the house tonight? Always, never have that. You're always on my mind. I love, 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 love all the time. Build it up, build it up, build it up, build it up, build it up.
You're listening to WJBR Internet Radio with JaVonne and Terez. And our special guest today is none other than the wonderful, multi-talented actor, Leon. So let me just tell y'all, because many fans, may not know some things. So I'm just going to say this. Most of us were first wowed by the appearance of Leon in Madonna's most famous video, which, he probably is the reason why it was so famous with us.
Facts.
Like a prayer, okay, Madonna. And but more fans flocked to the theaters to see him in the lead role of Disney's blockbuster hit Cool Runnings, right? He soon graced many excellent storylines, such as New Line's urban sports drama Above the Rim. You remember that?
Facts.
Cliffhanger, right?
Facts.
If you don't remember his role from Waiting to Exhale, then you need to go back and look at that movie again, because
he was on coasters in that movie.
This
was gliding in.
Did he not sizzle through that movie?
Yeah.
He kind of felt bad for Layla. It was like, gee whiz, man, she ain't have a chance, right? Even though we all applauded when she was finally able to slam the door and say, enough. But of course, my all-time favorite movie, The Five Heartbeats, it was a Robert Townsend film that Leon just kind of took over and smoldered through. You know what I'm saying? And then you got The Temptations. It's no, and I think the brother did a little Richard.
There we go.
Yep, Once Upon a Time When We Were Colored. I mean, 2-time nominated for NAACP Image Award, I believe, and we could talk about that. But I just right now want to shut the hell up and want to say welcome to the smoldering And you got to teach me how to smolder or something, because you know.
She's been asking all week how he does it. I
I
can't.
know, right? In pictures and live and what, just smoldering. This dude. Anyway, y'all, Leon.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello and good morning.
Happy COVID-19 life.
Right?
Ain't nothing happy about that, my brother. How you faring over there?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm way out in the woods, away from the city, making sure I stay safe.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah,
I
for
saw your video where you were driving down Broadway. Oh my goodness.
sure.
Yeah, I know, that was crazy. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe there was like no one in Times Square. That's like nuts.
I
Yeah.
know. I know. I'm from New York also. Where exactly in New York are you from?
I was born in Manhattan, Mount Sinai Hospital, raised
okay.
in Mount Vernon in the Bronx, and lived in Manhattan for decades now.
That's what's up. Now, I have a sidebar question. This is a question my mother asked me to ask you, and
Wait, pause for a second. Pause for a second. Do you see the multi-generations this flow goes through? I just need you to understand, Leon, before we get started, what this may be for you. You know, short of an experience, we are broadcasted internationally. So when you have a demographic, her mother's age, through our generation, and goes beyond us, you know that you have to be you're in that national treasure box. You know that for our Black men. You know that, right? Can we just touch and agree on some things here? Can we set up the ground rules?
You set the ground rules. It's your show. As far as how people think of me, you know, I'm always flattered, and I think the day that I'm not flattered and appreciate anyone giving me any kind of status or rating me in any kind of way, I should quit. Because what I do is for y'all. You'll watch the movies. I don't watch my movies. So I mean, so how you rate me and the things that you say about me, I always appreciate it, because beauty's in the eye of the beholder. And it's like I'm looking at two women here who really appreciate my work, and I love that. There's probably 10 out there that don't. So, you know, when you're saying that to me, I'm giving it all the praise in the world, because that's what you feel, and I appreciate it.
Well, thank you. And it is what we feel.
And
Yep.
now I'm mad because there's 10 women out there that don't appreciate your work, man.
No, there aren't. He's
but
just
check
being
it out.
nice.
Check it out.
I might have to find.
I don't know who they are. And hopefully they don't have any followers.
Yeah.
Shout out to those 10 lonely women. All right.
Exactly. So what my mom wants to know, and we either gonna squish this or we're gonna solidify it.
Okay.
She wants to. So I grew up in the Bronx. There in a small area called Classen Point.
I know it well.
The barrack houses. You know those little barrack houses, right?
I don't know those in particular, but you're talking about like the Soundview area.
Yes, absolutely. So
yeah, my first place I lived was Manor Avenue, right off Brooklyn.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So we from the same neighborhood, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So there's a family that lived in the house behind our house. And there was a Robinson family. And there was a lady named Mary Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know Mary Robinson?
Well, okay, so you just said Mary Robinson.
Right. There could be a lot
two of the probably most popular names you could have. Okay.
But this
probably everybody in America knows at least one Mary Robinson. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
That's true. But this Mary Robinson says that she's your cousin.
She could be. I need to know more about her relatives.
Okay. So okay. So I'm as far as I'm concerned, I'm squishing this, because if she's a cousin that you don't know, look, you and I could be cousins. I don't know.
No. But I mean, I may very well know her, and very well may know her mother or her dad, or or cousin. I mean, I don't know. She's not. I mean, she'd be a second cousin probably. So I mean, there's a chance. You
Maybe
know,
third floor.
I would just need to know more than Mary Robinson.
Yeah. Class and Point, Soundview area. I'm just saying, you know, and I would think that if you lived on Manor Avenue and you had family right there, you know, you would know that. But because they surely knew you as soon as you was on TV. Yep. Robinson, that's my cousin. Okay. And
Well,
my
you know, look, you know how we are.
yes,
Okay?
I do. I do.
You know how you are. When you make it,
Yeah,
you get a whole lot more cousins.
that's true. Especially if people got your last name.
Hey,
God,
people reaching out to me from all around the world saying, you know, I'm your cousin, right? And I'm like, what you related to who, how, what?
yeah.
Listen, I claim them all. Cousin, oh yeah, I remember that. Yes.
All right, so I just want to let you know.
I'm not as good an actor as you are.
Yo, I gotta get to your acting. But before we get there, I just want to let you know that Melba Moore, the legendary Melba Moore, who, you know, God bless her, she enjoys this show. She's been on this show, she enjoys this show, and we love her to pieces. She is Auntie Melba to us.
Yeah.
And she said Leon in real life is humble and respectful. And she loves you. She's given
No, she has always expressed you know, a liking for me, and I really appreciate that because I mean I admire her. Yeah, I always have. You know, so you know, I remember first walking up to talk to her, and she was like, you know, say, you know, I'm Melba Moore. Like, I know who you are. yeah, no, I appreciate it. I really do. I mean, I appreciate anytime I get love and respect for any of my peers.
Yeah.
You know, I consider it, you know, the highest praise to people who actually work with you, know what you do, know the process and everything else, and want to give you any kind of dap. You know, I love that. And someone like Melba Moore, who precedes me in this business, that's even I respect that even more.
That pregnant pause is for you, Rez, if you have something you want to say, because I've been running my mouth.
No. That pregnant pause was great. I just think that he just sit there because he's in theme with what we always talk about how you know, our living legends, we have to hold them up, you know. And you know, I already go off on my soapbox about how so many of us could be doing so much more, you know, and just need to continuously support our living legends and pay homage to our living legends. You know, I do not believe in giving flowers after they pass away. You know, that's not the mission statement of this particular show. So for him to say that kind of is in line with everything else that we talk about and we believe, you know.
Yeah, you know, the deal is, you know, being able to teach our kids and the youth that because
yes,
what happens is that we live in such a now era, okay, with the internet and Snapchat and Instagram and everything's about now, and everyone cares about who this star is right now, forgetting about, you know, who was the star when there was hardly any roles out there.
right.
You know, it's like, oh, so you wanted the top 20, but you know, one time there was only 3.
Right.
Hello? Talk about that.
And wait, and that brother's still working.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what I always do when I talk to with students, whether it be at college, high school, whatever, which I try to do as much as possible, I'm always telling them, I said, listen, you know, you can be famous, but that doesn't mean you have a career. You know, I said, I stand before you, you know, over 3 decades deep, going on 4. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And so, I mean, what you have to do is, if you want this to be your life's work, you know, you need to apply yourself. And yeah, you can do something crazy or silly or look a certain way, whatever, and get a whole bunch of notoriety. But then what? How's that going to take you into the next 10 years, 20 years supporting your family? You got a plan? Are you good at something? Are you working at something? You know? And for those people who have done that, a la Melba Moore, a la so many greats out there, you know, Yeah, give them flowers now, and their flowers need to keep coming.
Yes.
Okay, but they can't keep coming if the younger generation doesn't know about them. Okay, and that's why you got to hit them. That's why I love this documentary so much that's coming on. This 10-part series on ESPN about the last dance with Michael Jordan. Everyone's waiting to see. It's because, and I'm telling all my friends, yo, you little young basketball 12-year-olds talking about this person, that, make sure they watch this.
What?
Watch this.
See.
Okay.
See.
All right, and the same thing with movies. You know, like when if you even look on my Instagram, I'm always, whether it be Sidney Poitier or, you know, with white, black, whatever, I'm always giving dap to these actors, these older actors, man, that have just been doing it on stage and screen and just, you know, for years and years, you know, and because I want younger people to know about them and know they still out there doing it, you know, and it's so funny because lots of times I'll be around somebody and their kids, young kids, will be teenagers or whatever, and they're going crazy on me, but their sons and daughters don't know who I am, right? And then they got to say something to them like, "Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis." And then they go, "Oh, that's him! Oh, that's him!" Because they know that from memes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they know that from memes, but like they don't know the whole performance.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what you got to say. Come on now, let's watch this movie together. Let's watch that movie together.
Exactly.
Because they want to stay on YouTube or watch the latest. Why don't you sit them down and make sure they watch the movies with the people that you think they should be giving the flowers to?
Exactly.
See?
You know what? When my nephews, I have twin nephews, and when they were teenagers, right? I would lock them. Oh my God. They loved coming to my house because I'm a video game junkie. So any video game that was in the store, it was at Auntie Jay's house. They already knew that. So they wanted to come. But before we played any video games, they had to watch like Imitation of Life, Look Who's Coming to Dinner, and they'd be like, oh God. But them boys, they could tell you who Sidney Poitier is. They could tell you who Lena Horne is. You know, they've seen Stormy Weathers. And when they messed up in school, they would have to I love myself. I tell you, I could kiss my they had to watch Roots part by part and give me an essay on some crazy question I would ask about that part. You know what I'm saying? And that's just you got to.
But you know, you'd be surprised about young people. You know, I remember with my daughter Noelle, you know, from a young age, you know, having her watch certain movies. Sometimes it'd be an art film, sometimes it'd be a film with something back in the day when she was younger. And you know, sometimes she didn't want to do it, whatever. But let me tell you something. I would look over at her like midway through the movie and see how engaged she was. And then after the movie, just not say anything and wait for her to go, "Dad, that was really good."
Yeah.
Right. You said because they don't know unless you teach them, unless you tell them. You know, teaching and being a parent goes beyond just feeding them and make sure they're safe. And you got to give them art as well. They go to school and learn the books. Give them art. Show them things. Take them to museums. Show them kind of movies that are good. Let them know what's good. See, so much we look around and we see so much out there, and we see these kids. God, these kids love nonsense. This ain't music. This ain't a good movie. Well, I don't really blame them because we haven't taught them what is good. They got to know what is good. If a kid grows up seeing really good movies, he's not going to want to watch nonsense when he gets older because he knows what good is. Because his mom and
we lost Leon.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Say that one more time. Say that one more time because
it's easy for me to say that because I'm in the arts. So it's it would be natural for me to teach my daughter something in the arts. But all of us, to some degree, or most of us, love some sort of artistry. We love acting. We love movies. We love, you know, paintings. We love music. We love something, you know. If a kid knows what really good music is when he's growing up, like the music my dad used to play in the house. Well, when I get older, I'm not going to want to listen to nonsense.
See?
Yeah.
See? Yeah. I don't know if life could exist without art. I don't know if life could exist without art.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
We can hear you, Leon.
We can hear you. Can you hear us? No?
I don't know what's going on with his. Dun.
Testing, 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 testing.
His mic is on. He's good in the studio.
He's good in the studio?
Yeah, let's. Can you hear us now? Still
Can you hear us now?
can't hear us.
No?
I don't know. Okay, don't tell me this thing ain't gonna be the thing.
Wait, he's getting ready to do it to Terez. I feel it. I feel it. There it is.
I can't even see his note.
Now. Okay.
Okay. We're gonna ask him to sign off and sign back on. Maybe that'll do it.
Go off and come back.
You have a sign.
Go off and come back. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, let's see if that works.
Yeah, man. We was right in the middle of his. He was getting ready to go in all the way, man. We're gonna get him back on that subject.
Yeah, that's similar to what no, his mic was on. I could see that his mic was on. He just wasn't able to hear us. So there was something with his audio, I think.
Okay. Well, let's give the folks the number 347-996-5394. 347-996-5394 to call in and talk to one of our national treasures, Brother Leon.
Can you hear us now, huh?
I can hear you.
Okay.
There we go.
Great. So that what you were just saying is very similar to what one of your most famous characters said regarding Flash and the Five Horsemen, right? They're not listening to that trash in my house. Was that real? Was I'll tell you that movie I can recite your lines line by line. I'm telling you.
Okay. I know you can do it better than me, that's for sure.
But don't test me because I'm getting my hair is graying, so that means something. And
everybody's hair is graying since this corona.
What?
Oh, I can't even fake it. I was like, dang, Leon gonna meet me with gray hair, and then he's gonna wonder how.
No. Trust me. I saw a bunch of kids that couldn't have been more than they had to be teenagers, 18, 19 years old. 3 of them had gray hair.
Wow.
Wow.
Mel Moore says that she's celebrating 55 years in show business, but she's only 35 years old. So how she accomplished that, I have no idea. And to see her, you'll know she's telling the truth because she don't look more than 30 years old.
Ooh.
Well, you know what though? The thing is, some of us, have things that others don't have. And some of us had a previous life. And obviously she did. 20 years of it before she got into show business. So she was somebody else for 20 years, and then she was Mel for 35.
See what I'm saying?
Because she only 35.
See,
and she wasn't just a child actor; she was an infant actor.
Okay,
it must have taken her out of mom's womb and put her right in a commercial.
See,
there you go.
Man.
So, Leon, how did you get your start? What was your? I mean, I recall you from the Madonna video. I get that. I remember that. But what was the very first acting job you had?
The very first acting job I had was a high school basketball musical. I was an all-American basketball player out of New York, and I went to Loyola Marymount on a scholarship. And that's not how I got into acting. But my first job was I was a high school basketball musical. This guy, Corky, was Corky's last name. He was one of the young Black actors that were working at the time. And it was a PBS musical, and I was working at this photo shop. The guy used to shoot all headshots for all the actors, and he Corky came in there, and we'd be friends, and I asked him about the business. He says, "Listen, you need to come down to and check out this movie, you know, because they hide an actor and he can't play basketball, and it's like a high school basketball musical. He says, I already know you can go because I saw you play, you crazy. So I was like, he says, yeah. He said, so I'm gonna tell the producers about you, and they called me. I came down there, and they said, listen, you know, we can't really take a chance because we took a chance on this other actor. Would you mind just shooting around a little bit because it was in this gym? And I said, sure. So, you know, so I shot around, shot a couple jump shots, drained them. And then I threw the ball off the backboard and I caught it behind my head and dunked it. And they just walked up to me with a contract.
Yep, that'll do it. That'll do it. How did you know that you wanted to get into acting? When did you know that you were good? What was it when you looked at your mom with the puppy dog eyes and said, don't beat me, I didn't do it? Or what was it? Was it
No, well, as far as acting is concerned, I didn't really have any inkling towards acting. You know, when I was in 7th grade, I did this high school production that I saw my sister. When I was in 7th grade, my sister's high school class did this rock and roll revival. And I was in 7th grade. I used to go to Catholic schools, and I convinced the nuns to let us do it. And I choreographed the numbers and played a couple different characters and everything. And it was a big sellout. It was great. But we had, you know, I went to all boys prep school, no drama department. So I just excelled in athletics. When I was, I went to Loyola Marymount University in Los Angeles. I was on campus, and a graduate film student chased me down campus and begged me to be in this movie called Photographer. And I was surprised. I'm like, well, why don't you get somebody in the theater arts department? I'm sure they would love to be in your movie. I'm a business administration major on a basketball scholarship. And he was like, no. He says, I've been watching you. There's something about you. You're going to be in the movies one day, and I want to be the first one to do it. And I was like, all right. So I did this movie, The Photographer, and I had an experience on the set that we all have in life. You ever sit down from a person for like that you just met for like an hour or so, or even a half hour, and have a conversation with them. And for some reason, you feel like you've known this person longer than this time that you've spent with them. Yeah. That's the way I felt. That's the way I felt on the set. I didn't feel out of place. I didn't feel like I wasn't comfortable. You know, like I wasn't supposed to be here. You know, and so what happens? I wound up switching my major, became a drama major, and studied my craft.
Studied your craft.
That's what I was gonna say. Did you all hear that? So that answers a lot of questions that people have up here. Like, what would you tell younger people trying to get into acting? But an interesting question is, what would you, if you had an opportunity to sit down with the young Leon, who was called to do that shoot, let's just say, that first gig, and when you were at the point of getting ready to change your major to drama, what would you say to that young brother?
I would say, study this like it's going to be your life's work. Because the more you put into it, is the more you're going to get out of it.
Nice. You know, it's funny because that's in line with something else that just came up for me, Leon. How you cannot expect, and this is a universal statement, you cannot expect someone to pour more into you or your gift than you do. So your level of commitment has to be just as powerful, if not more, than your managers, your teachers, whatever it is that you feel like you need to do. An investment in your craft. And as Corey's defining it here, craft is a verb, things we do to improve what we are already doing. Yes, Corey, yes, that's it. You got to make your first investment, and that's in yourself. And you know, we all have those think back moments, Leon. What would you say was your most challenging role that you had to embrace?
You know, it's a question that's asked me often. And, each role brings upon different circumstances, and what makes it difficult. I would have to say, just generally speaking, that whenever I portray a real life character, someone who actually walked and talked on this earth, who has family, friends, people that knew them, watch them perform, I think I have an extra responsibility there than I do than when I'm just creating a character that never existed and I'm just making it my own. I believe that it's very important to capture the essence of that character, who that person was in real life, or at least what they were as a performer. Because people that knew them, people that loved them, people that grew up with them, lived in the same house with them, have to watch this, and you don't want to, ruin anyone's memory.
Did you ever, that being said, did you ever get any feedback from Little Richard?
Oh, for Little Richard himself? Yeah, of course. Please. like that man would never shut his mouth. He'd tell you to shut your mouth, but he ain't never shut his mouth.
Wow.
No. Listen, I did all positive feedback. He thought I did a very good job. He said I did a very good job, but that he was prettier.
Did you tell him, well, thank you, or
you did an excellent job in that.
I said if I had to choose between being good and being pretty, I choose being good all the time.
Funny. So speaking about being pretty, I was gonna hold off on this, but I do want to talk about the smoldering. That role that The Rock plays in the Jumanji. I don't know if you've seen that, but he's like Dr. Smolder something or whatever. You have this way of smoldering in movies, in plays, in pictures. That damn smolder jumps off off your. Look, man. How does he? You don't give those ladies a chance, not a shot in hell, to resist you when you start that smoldering. How do you do it? Where does it come from? How do you know? How did you know as a man that it was going to work? Did the first lady just pass out or what? Yep, there's my smolder. Like, how do you know? How do you do that? What's up with
that? I don't know. Thank you. The one thing I have to tell you is that, I was raised as the only male in my generation. I've known women very well. Very well. My family owned a beauty salon.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. I'm all up in your business. Okay.
You cheated.
So basically, I learned to love women before I ever wanted to have sex with them. And so women were always my friends, they were my siblings, they were my cousins. I was always, So I started paying attention to women at an early age. I read some of the magazines they would be reading. I was interested to know how they thought. I said, if I'm gonna have to spend my life with a woman or something like that, I need to try to figure out. And I try to, I'd also teach this to young men as well. I'm always telling them, I said, listen, you can't go through your life thinking the opposite sex is this species you don't understand or that's crazy. If you plan on spending your life with them, you need to understand them, And so back to the whole smoldering thing and knowing what women want. I think I just pay attention and I get an idea of, what makes their big toe shoot up. And when it's up, I try to let it go down.
I feel you, bro. Yo, you study everything. You study what you love, and that is the answer. I think you have studied women from the womb. Like, whoa, it's really cool.
Well, I'll tell you this: there are a lot of comments rolling up with their suggestions about what it is from your sideways smile to the eye smirk to the what are they? They're going in on this
eye smirk.
Somebody saying it's getting hot in her.
There you go. See, there you go. A lot of big toes shooting up right now.
See, shea butter, everything from a gracious spirit to shea butter. You got it covered here. The eyes smirk and twinkle, and they are going in on this feed.
Background Betty has a statement.
Oh, Background Betty has a statement. This just in. Hold on, Background Betty.
Okay. All right. What's up, Leon? Is Background.
How you doing?
Okay.
How you doing,
Hi.
Background Betty? How you doing?
What's up? This is Monifa. I wanted to say that it's really.
Where you been, Monifa? God,
Outside.
at one time in our lives, we run into each other on a regular.
Yeah, Reggae Splash when you were performing, when I was singing with Maxi Priest.
Of course.
That was like our first encounter. But it's really good to see. First of all, it's good to see you. Secondly, it's really good to see this side of you, because when you're out in the world, and it's not a mystique. It just feels one way, and it's really good to hear you speak. First of all, of women that way, and just to get to see who you are. Period, because we don't get to see this side of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the thing is, it's so funny because my publicist was saying, well, what are you doing now? Do you want to do some press? You want to do some interviews? I'm like, yeah, I got nothing else to do. And but the one thing is nowadays, we live in a different time. And to admit, I'm a very old school actor in the sense that my favorite actors are like Cary Grant, Sidney Poitier, Errol Flynn, like those kind of guys, where actors had mistakes.
Right.
You didn't know anything about them except their roles. And I remember, telling people in interviews, I always prefer when people yelled out my character name to me in the middle of the street than me, because that's how I want to affect you.
Right.
I'm not trying to affect you with my personal life. I'm not trying to affect you in that way. But as you know, we live in an era now where your personal life is as much as important as anything else.
Right.
And if you don't tell them, they're gonna find out, and they're gonna find out about you in the wrong way usually.
So you got to tell your own story. Yeah, I get it.
Right, because you start getting on urban legends. Wait, it didn't happen like that.
Right.
Right.
I came from the same era. I get it totally. As an artist, in the 90s, it just, it was about who you were as an artist. And the people that got the privilege to know you, that was what it was. But I didn't get to know you like that. So it's just really nice to hear you talk, just hear you talking. And seeing your personality. All right.
I'm glad you came out the background too.
I know. I had to. I'm about to go eat my avocado toast and keep it pushing. All right. Much love.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it is. Let me get this. Right.
And before we further, I just want to say shout out to Bree Coleman. Bree Coleman, friend of the show. And
what up, Bree?
Yeah, sweetheart, publicist.
Yes, thank you so much. And she's a good one too, Leon. Just want to give her a shout out. I'm noticing every artist that comes on the show now, when they have a publicist that is respectful, that's nice, that wants to get it, and is just good. I just want to let the artist know, because not every publicist, agent, and manager are respectful, and sometimes there are people's representation. Sometimes the manager, the PR person, or whatever, make me say, you know what, maybe we shouldn't do anything with this artist. Maybe we're not there. Who represents you says a lot, man. And she's on point. She's sweet, and I appreciated that. And just wanted to let you know you got good peeps. You got good peeps.
Well, Bree's not going anywhere. She's a friend, and so I like to be friends with people, because then I think they're more likely to take care of you and understand you. Yeah. And like you say, who represents you is very important. And if she's giving off a bad vibe, that comes on me.
Exactly.
I mean, that's me, and that's not who I am. And so trust me, if I even hear something like that, we having a conversation, because I'm like, I believe you should represent people differently, and you should represent people along with the vibe in which they give off, you know. And I think Bree does a good job with that. So.
Oh, yeah. She was dope. I'm like, oh, who else she represent, or do you have her exclusively? Because she is somebody that I really enjoyed just corresponding with. So thank you, Rez, actually, for that's Rez's friend. You know, I'm just saying. Maybe I'm telling too much. Okay, but Bree, what's up?
She's a good lady and a great spirit on her own, beyond representing anybody. So anybody that's connected to her is only going to be, you know, in line with who she is. So
exactly, we appreciate everybody.
So can I ask you a question on the low?
Who?
You?
Me? Sure.
How much she pay you to say that? Because she only paid me $50.
Not a dime. That is completely voluntary. That is completely voluntary, because it's true. From the moment we met, she has been nothing but gracious. You know, gracious.
Yeah, you know, I'm kidding. You know, I'm kidding.
So one of the other things that she did talk to me about, and I
get it.
You know, gee whiz, man. Sometimes I think I stay in this damn basement too much and don't get out and experience the world. And in the world,
she's trying to wonder why you haven't been to Leon and Peoples concert.
Exactly. So Leon and the Peoples, man. Like, okay, so we all know that you have portrayed singers, you know, throughout your career, but who knew that you were really a singer? What?
I hope a lot of people know.
I knew that.
But man, I sit in the basement. I might as well be under a rock somewhere. I've been listening to your music, man. I love it. Let's talk about that.
Thank you.
For real. When did you start singing? How did you know you was a singer? How did you get the group together? Tell me everything.
Well, actually sing. I was probably a singer before I was an actor. When I was in college, I wrote and performed a song to open up the Special Olympics in Los Angeles. And you know, but when you study acting, you know, for the most part, you just engulf yourself in it. You just engulf yourself in acting. And but yet you get a chance sometimes to do musical theater and things like that. There's so many actors, you know, have multi-talent, and you just don't realize it sometimes, that, you know, what they did, you know, growing up and all the things that they went through, you know. So, you know, just like when I studied American Academy of Dramatic Arts, I remember, you know, I'd have scene study and technique in the morning, then I'd have to go to voice and ballet and jazz class in the evening, and that's like all the time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you may just see me on screen smoldering, but you know, we a lot of us are trained to do other things, you know. And so what happens when I started becoming popular as an actor, I started hosting a lot of reggae festivals and music festivals in general, and I'd be backstage with some of the artists, you know, a la Maxi Priest, and, you know, and like sort of my mentor, Barris Hammond. And, you know, we just singing around and, you know, and stuff like that, singing a cappella and stuff. And a lot of guys would encourage me. These great artists would say, yo, you should sing, man. You don't obviously don't have to, but you can and you love to. So I wound up joining this band with some really great musicians downtown in New York, that some of them played for Sting, UB40, Steel Pulse, you know, amazing group of musicians in this band called the Young Lions. And we started making headway in New York, and but they were just doing all cover songs, and I wanted to do original music, so I started my band called the Peoples, and then I had to pull a David Ruffin on and become Leon and the Peoples, and I was able to pull it off because there was no Otis. So you know, because people knew who Leon was, but they didn't know who the Peoples was. So we started getting better shows and better gigs, and then yeah, that's it. We have our second album out now called Love Is a Beautiful Thing on the Spectrum Music label, and 2 songs in the top 21, in the top 10 singles off the record, you know, debuted. And yeah, we just, you know, we play a mixture between reggae and soul music. You know,
and it's dope, man. It's dope.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you. So
Matter of
appreciate
fact,
that.
do you mind? Would you sit still while I play my favorite Leon and the People song?
Wow, that's gonna be interesting. I want to see what your favorite is. Wait, hold on a second. Before you play your favorite Leon and the People song, have you listened to both albums?
I have listened to both albums. Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, go for it. I love this.
Okay, hold on. Here we go. Let's see. Is it gonna play? It's gonna. Should play.
So while she's getting that together, because I know she's gonna jump right in it.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you know, Leon, anything that we play on this show.
Oh, wow. I love that. That's the first song on the album. Beautiful.
I love complicate is the only
Your second favorite?
is the only communicate. No one seems to know how. Learn to hate is the easy way out. Some mistakes that we make, let them break. Try to take us all down. Somebody told me, somebody shared the word. Somebody told me, listen to me, have you heard? Love is a beautiful thing. Love for your brothers. Love is a beautiful thing. Love for your sisters. I said love is the reason why I go wild. Love is the reason why I have a child. Say I elevate the way you think now. Educate so your children know how. Separate yourself from the crowd. Let them know how we flow when we know that love is around. Somebody told me, somebody shared the word. Somebody told me, listen to me, have you heard? Love is a beautiful thing. Love for your brothers. Love is a beautiful thing. Yeah. Love for your sisters. I said love is the reason why I go wild. Love is the reason why I have a child. Say love is a beautiful thing. Love is a beautiful. Love is a beautiful thing. Love is a beautiful thing. I say love is the reason why I go wild. Love is the reason why I have a child. Walking high on a wire. Now I look at the sky. I can see it all now. We gotta take control of our lives. We gotta do the things that are right. Gotta come together. Break down these walls. Yeah. Love is a beautiful thing. Love is a beautiful. Love is a beautiful thing. Love is a beautiful thing. I say love is the reason why I go wild. Love is the reason why I have a child. Say love is a beautiful thing. I'm talking about love is a beautiful. Love is a beautiful thing. I said love is the reason why I go wild. Love is the reason why I have a child. I say love is a beautiful thing. Love is a beautiful thing. I said love is a beautiful thing. Love is a beautiful.
Nice.
Yes,
Nice.
yes. I'm sorry about that,
Thank you.
y'all. You know, I was getting all excited trying to play.
So,
Oh,
so, Love Is a Beautiful Thing is your favorite song.
Love Is a Beautiful Thing is my favorite song. And
Good, which is the name of the album, which is great.
okay, that is my favorite one.
Because first you played Beautiful, which is the first song off the album.
Right. I got a little twisted because that's the other song on the album that I've been playing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So you know,
and so let me ask you. So since you've been playing a lot, let me ask you something. What's beautiful about?
What's beautiful about?
Come on now.
It's about a question. It's really about whether or not wait, let me make sure this is one, because there's 3 songs now. I'm getting them all twisted. There's 3 songs that I've been playing. I've been playing Life Is a Funny Game, right?
Okay.
Love Is a Beautiful Thing, and Beautiful. Oh no, and That Emotion. That's the other one. It's like you took Second That Emotion and you regified it up. See, I done made it work.
Rectified it. That's
You rectified that joint. See, he think I ain't really been listening, so he want to test me. And I just want to know.
Rectified.
You rectified it. Yes. So you tested me under duress.
Don't let Trump hear that. He'll use that one.
Oh God.
See, you know he loved to use words that aren't in the dictionary.
I know, right? So that's the one where you're saying, do you believe, or is it life is okay? Look, did you really believe that I would?
No. That's life's a funny. That's life's a funny
thing. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's a closing song. That's a closing song on the movie Cover.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
With myself and Anjanette and that good people. No. Okay. So I'm gonna help you out.
Yeah, help me out because the sisters.
Okay. So Beautiful is a song about telling the people in your life that they're beautiful to you.
Yes. Okay.
Because it's not about what they look like. It's about the part that they play in your life's journey.
Mm-hmm.
So tell your mother, tell your sister, tell your brother, tell your baby mother that she's beautiful. Because they play an important part in your life's journey. So don't be afraid to let the people in your life know, we go through this day-to-day routine, we paying bills, we working, we arguing, we do whatever. Take that time aside. It's just a moment. Let the person know that you love them, that they're beautiful to you.
And you wrote that?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
You know what? Someone was asking whether or not you wrote all of the songs, most of the songs. Do you know?
Yeah, mostly all the songs. So there's 11 songs on the album. I'm sorry, do we do a cover on that record? I think we do. 1, 2. So at least 9 of the songs I wrote. I co-wrote with my partner. We have a writing partner and producer, Joel Kipnis, who's done records from everywhere from Herbie Hancock to Latifah to Britney Spears.
Nice. See there? See?
Yeah.
Herbie Hancock, Latifah, and Britney Spears. That's a range and a half right there.
Yeah. No, he can do his thing. I think it's very important, the work that you do on all levels, whether it's film, television, everything is only as good as the people around you, because it's a collaborative business.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I want to read a couple of comments.
Oh boy, are they coming?
Yeah, I don't. What are you looking at, Rez, for the comments that
I'm looking at my live feed, which is encompassing Facebook and the YouTube.
Okay, so I am looking at YouTube and our Facebook page, the In the Basement with JaVonne and Terez page. So I just want to say, I have to say it out loud because the Instagram page is not able to hear these comments. They can't hear you. That's something, look, I haven't figured that one out yet. But they can see you, Leon, and they all love you and they're commenting, oh, we need to. Yeah, well, YouTube, everybody. You got to subscribe to the YouTube page, WJBR Internet Radio, or like us on in the basement with JaVonne and Terez on Facebook. So for the people who have been looking and listening, what they said is, Leon, you are beautiful. That's Loretta. She is screaming it in all caps. She believes you are beautiful, and that's her final answer.
I accept it and thank you.
That's for you. So you see, you pretty, you smolder, and you can act. You're talented. You're good. Melba Moore says, "Rock on, Leon. Love is a beautiful thing, and it's true. And I know for a fact that she loves positive songs with positive messages.
Yes.
She shouts that out." Tiffy Red says, "Love is everything." And Walt Taylor wants to know, if possible, can Brother Leon give a shout out to the old school music group? I guess he just wants to hear you say that. Shout out to the old music group.
That's
Shout out to the old music group.
You got that, Walt? Now Walt's gonna find this video. He's gonna cut it down. He's gonna put it on the music group, and that's all right.
I'm probably gonna see in the Super Bowl commercial.
Right?
that's more than 5 words, so expect it.
I know. They want to know. Joyce wants to know whether or not you collaborate with other band members writing these songs, or is it just you writing it and everything?
I like to collaborate with other band members as much as possible, but the truth of it is, for a number of reasons, because of my access to a studio with my partner, because of time, because lots of times my writing sessions, my recording sessions and stuff are done in between my acting jobs. And so lots of times, when we're in the lab, we're creating these songs, and writing down. But my whole band contributes in the songs because, if you knew anything about Leon and Peoples, we're mainly a live band. So almost all the songs that you see on our albums are songs that we've already been playing live.
Nice.
And judged on the reaction of them live is whether we think they should be on the album. Cool. So by the time you've heard them, my band has already put their own style and stuff onto it. Do you know what I'm saying? To like, they've given their contribution to it. So there you go.
Yeah, as soon as this Corona thing gets underway and you start gigging again, I need to know so I can come see you perform live. I watched the video.
There's one song. There's one song off the album that we actually recorded old school style.
Huh.
We're all in the same room together. With headphones on.
Cool.
And that's a song on the album called "I'd Look Good on You."
Oh,
nice.
Oh, okay.
How many pieces is your outfit? Is your band? How many pieces is your band? 7 or 8, depending on where we are at. Nice. Yeah, it's a basic rhythm section. Myself and I have 2 background singers. Sometimes 3, depending on where we are. Nice. May have to have you someplace. Do something real when we get out of the woods with this thing. Exactly, but please do, man. That's the one thing we love to do. We love to play live music and go to different places, and people are booking us all around the country based on my schedule. But we really want to tour, so we're hoping that we can get back to that sometime in the near future. Nice, for sure.
You want to read some of the comments that you see, Raz?
Yeah. Okay. So we got one. First, let me just say you're listening to WJBR in the basement with JaVonne and Terez, and our brother here today, who needs no introduction really, but we just gonna go ahead and say we got Leon, the smoldering Leon, with us today, and we got comments from, let's say, Marsha Barner says, "Celebrities who get it, nothing better than the truth." And I guess she's talking about some of the comments you've made so far. Dropped some jewels on us here. And Charlene Smith wants to know, is and where is your music for sale?
Everywhere you buy music.
Okay. Everywhere you find
iTunes,
music.
Amazon, anywhere Spotify, anywhere. You know, we have our own Pandora station. Yeah. So
Nice.
anywhere you buy music, you know, just Leon and the Peoples, and you can go to our website, which is leonandthepeoples.net.
Is that Peoples with an S?
Peoples with an S, right?
Okay,
Leon
so it's
and the
Peoples with an S.
right? .net. Yeah, it's our website, and you can always, you know, we're on social media at Leon the Peoples, so you can on Twitter and Instagram, and you know, you can always hit me up. You always go to at www.justleon on my Instagram, and you know, I'm always posting something, as you know.
Nice, nice.
I
Tiffany,
guess I got to post up right now to people.
yeah.
All big toed up about.
Big hold up.
Look, that talk about big toed up, right? That video you got posted up there now, what play was that? Where you
three ways to get a husband.
3 ways.
Yeah, with myself and Billy D. Williams. And yeah, it's a good cast.
That little snippet, that woman didn't stand a chance. I don't know who she thought she was gonna marry, but that her hopes were gone. That was that. Wow. If y'all have not seen this video, the women who love Leon, the women who think that he smolders and that he can rock my world, whatever the hell you thinking about. Look at that. Then people gonna want to come out of quarantine to find you, man. That thing is something. And for you men who might need a little, you don't know, you don't want to admit it, but you might need to watch that just for a little. How can I smolder? Like you probably think you smoldering, you ain't smoldering. Watch Leon smolder, then you know what I mean by smolder.
Man, you got Leon and Billy D. Williams together.
Imagine, can you imagine?
That shouldn't even be possible.
I don't really know what you're talking about, because I was just an innocent soldier coming home.
You were innocent. No,
innocent.
Man. Yo, man, I don't be looking at brothers' butts like that. But damn, Leon, you was doing some shaking and moving. That's all I'm saying. You doing some
Listen, I was in my U.S. military outfit. I don't know what you're talking about.
And yes, attention. Okay.
Attention.
Y'all crazy. I think this hour must be coming to an end soon.
that lady was ready to surrender to the troops.
So listen, this is a good one here. This question here: what is Leon doing for his mental health now during COVID quarantine? That's a good one.
Well, you know, that's a really good one, because usually I don't need to do much for mental health, because I'm always incredibly optimistic and everything else. But I do find myself, you know, wondering more than I have before, you know, about, you know, what the future holds. You know, every day, you know, there's new news. Every day, the chance of getting back to work has been pushed back, you know, a month, another month, you know. I was, you know, on March 13th, I had 3 shows. I mean, going on at the same time. I was doing a national tour of Set It Off. We were selling out everywhere. We were in New Orleans that night, and the show, Governor closed down the show. And then I'm also on a Showtime series right now. And then also my band was booked on the Tom Joyner cruise. Next thing I know, nada.
Yeah.
And every day I hear, even though the tour has been rescheduled for the fall, but you know, I don't know what's going to happen there, because they're hinting that Broadway is not going to come back to 2021. And if Broadway doesn't come back to 2021, well, the houses that we play in my play, the national tour, are all Broadway affiliated houses, union houses. So I'm just wondering, what does that mean? So, and then as far as you know, musical dates, you know, you're looking at things like Jazz Fest, Coachella, Essence Fest, you know, canceling, not postponed, canceling, because they don't think it can happen this year. And so, you know, after some days and some moments during the day, you know, it's hard not to have your mind drift off into like, whoa, what if?
Mhm.
You know, what does this mean?
Mhm.
I mean, I can tell you right now, this interview with me last Easter Sunday, you're never going to forget those days. You're never going to forget this interview because of what we're going through right now.
Yeah.
This is unprecedented. You know, it's the first time in the history of this country where all 51 states are under state of emergency.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, this is a time like no other. This is a time where these young kids will never forget this growing up, and they'll be able to tell their kids and their grandkids about this.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's some of it just seems weird. I know you feel the same way I do. It's like some of it's like, is this a movie?
Yeah.
Because I mean, all of us right here in this interview, we've all been around for a while, and we ain't never seen nothing even approaching something like this.
No. No. And the level of just tomfoolery, for the lack of a better word, in the leadership. We've never seen how vulnerable we are as a country until now, and the lack of leadership is just further exploited in a time like this, where we need answers, we need community, but most of all, it's just kind of teaching us that we are our own best keepers, and it's really disheartening, you know, and for people that we have to. One of the reasons why we elected to do the show, and JaVonne has spearheaded that off Saturdays as well, is just to kind of put some vibes that are positive out, you know, and or music that's positive out. And the good thing about this show, just so you know, Leon, as a business aside, if we play anything on our show, you are absolutely getting your credit and royalty for it, because that's what we believe in, and we digging in the crates. Like, we're not a top 40 show at all, you know. So stuff that we play, particularly if you've written it, you know, and it's registered and all of that. Yeah.
So
That's cool. But you know, just to touch on what you were talking about in regards to our leadership or administration or else have you, let's just be honest and think about what we thought when Trump won the election. Okay, now a lot of people were bummed out, everything else, but the one thing I know me and my friends were always talking about from the very beginning, we kept saying, wow, well, hopefully we won't have some major emergency or some pandemic or a war, because if with him at the top, because what will happen to us if that happens? And now here we are.
You know,
our fears have come. You know, and it's really sad. But the one thing I want to finish with is this: we cannot be distracted, because if you think this is the worst year that has ever happened to us, well, imagine if it ends with the re-election of Trump.
Oh,
exactly.
So the thing is, what we need to do is we need to keep our eyes on the prize. We knew what had to be done this year was to get him out. And we can't let this distract us, because we have to realize all those in the political world, whether they care about people or not, whether they want to do the right thing or not, they're going to politicize anything they can for their future.
Right.
So if they can keep this going, and if it helps them, or they even cancel the election or anything like that, that's in their favor. Okay. What we must realize is that we have to get someone else in office right now and make sure that the election happens, that we vote any way it is, whether it's online or however way they create it, and make sure we do not take this COVID thing and allow him to stay in office,
right?
Especially after the way it was handled. I mean,
absolutely.
I mean, this right here, the way it was handled, should it be in his walking papers?
Exactly. This is enough. This should have been, first of all, you singing my song, thinking about from the time he was elected. I have been like lasered in on Rachel Maddow and MSNBC, trying to figure out and every day, like she would tell it, she would teach it like a history lesson, and this is where we are today, and this is why, and this is what, and this is the connection that the Republicans have with Russia, and this is the connection of this, and it all looked like it was culminating over 3 years. I mean, I was like, what the? Because I knew something was coming. You could tell, and if something came, what could we do? What was going to happen? And then you watch that whole impeachment debacle where there was really no trial at all. Like, what the hell? This is what? And now this, and the way this is, it's almost like intentionally they don't want a cure. It's like now they're going to stop funding.
Well, no, I don't think that's the case.
I
don't
think
that's the case.
I
No, you
think
know why? Because I tell you why I don't think that's the case. There's one thing you know about whenever there's a problem, whether it's whether it be addiction problem or anything else, when it's just us, when it's just hitting us, when it's just hitting us, there ain't nothing being done about it. But when it starts to hit them, which is doing now, that's when you're seeing people take a stance. Just like look at the response to the opioid problem compared to the crack problem.
Yeah.
You know why, right?
Yeah. You know, I don't.
Somebody other than me who says it. Okay.
This is true. This is absolutely true. And that's why I had my doctor come on Wednesday night, and she was answering questions about COVID-19 and the Black community. You know, it all plays in, and what you said is 100% true. A lot of these people are using this politically, and this is not a political issue. This is life or death. They really need to find another thing to harp on. How could the United States stop paying who, or contributing to the World Health Organization? When I talk about, they're trying to come up with a cure for this thing. What is the United States doing that would make me think that they're really, the government, the federal government anyway, is committed to finding a cure for this thing? What's come out of this? And poor Dr. Fauci, who's trying to be on top of this, allegedly, whatever, every time he says something contrary to what the president says, he gets shut down.
Listen, in regards to the current administration, everything, I probably think that at this particular point, because of the severity of this around the world, they are actually trying to do everything they possibly can right now. The problem is, it's too damn late.
Yeah.
When it mattered, when they should have jumped on it, they were too busy worried about the economy, re-election, and tried to play it down. Okay, and so now they're trying to play catch up. I really believe they're really working their ass off right now, but they're trying to play catch up, and we shouldn't have been playing catch up because Obama left a system in place just for this, and that was gone. He fired that whole wing, and all the people that Obama's administration had prepped for something just like this, aren't even in the administration anymore.
How about that?
He fired them and failed to replace them. Absolutely.
Without a doubt.
He spent the first couple of months in office trying to scrub everything, including the website of anything that had Obama's name on it. And he made it a personal thing as opposed to a policy people thing. And, and he just doesn't get it. He's out of touch. He has never been, even when he was Donald Trump walking the streets of New York at every party you want to speak about, he didn't get it then. So I don't think.
I say this to everyone. Okay, one, Donald Trump's from New York. I know him. We all know him. Okay, he couldn't be elected. He couldn't be elected to be a high school principal in New York, let alone the president of the United States.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
But okay, I also tell people this: stop blaming Donald Trump. Stop blaming Donald Trump. Okay, because you know why? You blame someone when they try to deceive you. That man didn't try to deceive us. He let us know exactly who he was from day one, and we let him get in there. Okay, And on the real, if you want to keep it 100, give him credit. Give him credit for what he is and what Donald Trump is. And I'm gonna give him this title. You can't take it from him. He's the #1 con man of all time.
Ooh, there we go.
If you can con your way into being the president of the United States, you done pulled off something. And in the con world, you deserve your props.
Well, catch it, Leon. He actually predicted this, and he said that folks weren't too bright, and he would get elected. And
and he also said he'd go on Fox News because people believe anything that he'd say on it.
Yep. That's
so, look, listen.
No, you're right. You're right.
Listen, but you know what though? To be honest with you, I have to leave. I have to get going. But I didn't want to end this on some Donald Trump talk. So I'm sure you guys got 2 more questions for me that have nothing to do with that man.
Yeah. So, because on your outro, I will be playing the song "Beautiful."
Okay.
And you talked about it a little bit. What did you write? You wrote that song.
Mm-hmm.
And when did you write it? And who or what were you thinking about when you wrote it?
Well, I just told you, the whole album, Love Is a Beautiful Thing, is about all aspects of love. It's not just, it's not about, that love where, oh, I wish you were my sun and you're my moon. And, or anything else. Love makes you happy. It makes you sad. It makes you go through all types of emotions, and that's what the album's about. It sings about all types of things. And the song "The Beautiful" is about letting the people in your life, whoever they may be, that you go through your daily life, years through, letting them know that they're beautiful.
Yes.
And that's why it's the first song on the record, because, I believe that most of my music is positive music. I believe that's what I mean. When I listen to music, I want to be happy or thought-provoking. I'm not trying to, be depressed.
Right.
So that's not why I put on my music. Okay. So and it starts, and it's so beautiful is about just that. You hear the hook is they tell your mother, tell your brother, tell your sister, tell your baby mother. Let them know that they are beautiful to you.
Amen. Amen. And one last thing, Leon, before you go, can we get a drop from you? And it is real simple. You're listening to Brunch in the Basement with JaVonne and Terez. In any kind of smoldering way you want to do it, we're here for it.
Hold on a second. Can I see this right here? Is that good? Okay, hold on. Hold on 1 second, darling. One second.
Okay.
And you will get your drop.
What you doing?
And also, we want you to know that we feel and we know and we believe in our hearts that you are beautiful. You are.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Inside and out.
Yeah. I feel like I've gotten to know you a bit better, quite a bit better.
Yes.
And,
quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
I can't wait for the Chinese translation of the show go out in China. I want to see how this goes over. It'd be great.
Okay, so what do you want me to say now? In the basement with JaVonne and Terez?
You're listening to Brunch in the Basement with JaVonne and Terez.
Brunch in the Basement. Okay.
Right. Yes. Hi, this is Leon.
Okay. Let me know when we're ready. Is this going to be on? This is going to be like people going to see me when I do this? Like I gotta watch the way my lips move.
I don't think so. I think people will do that for you, so don't worry about that part.
Well, actually, this is going to be both. People are going to see this, and this is also going to be on audio.
Right. So you're gonna double me up.
That's right.
You're gonna double me up for the same price.
In which way we can get it, baby.
I'm just playing with y'all. Maybe I'm the one that needs a nap. All right, here we go. I'm trying to see. I'm only half on the screen, right?
No, we can see you. We can see you.
You can see all of me?
No, not now. Not now.
No, that's what I'm saying. Right.
Right there.
Right there.
Move it back the other way.
A little bit over. Nope, other way. Other way.
I'm going to hold on.
There you go. Perfect.
We're good?
We're
All
good.
right. Okay.
Wait, I'm reading Loretta Fuller's mind. She wants you to take your shirt off, but you don't have to. I'm just teasing. I'm just
No, and no.
I swear, you know, every time you give them an inch, they want a foot.
I know. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right. Am I sent it now?
Yep, there you go.
I'm good. Okay. Hey, this is Leon. That's right, Leon from some of your favorite movies. And I'm at brunch. No, I'm not. I'm not at brunch. Where am I at? Brunch in the basement, right?
Yep, sure.
All right. Okay. Here we go. Hey, this is Leon. That's right, Leon from some of your favorite movies. And I'm at brunch in the basement with Terez and JaVonne. Stay here with me.
Woo! They gonna stay, Leon.
They gonna stay.
Thank you so very much, baby.
Thank you. Have a safe, healthy, all that good stuff that you need to do. You ladies look like you know how to take care of yourself. I know you ain't catching nothing because you don't leave the basement.
That might just be the end of your drop too. Now you done said the truth, baby. We love you and thank you so very much.
Yeah.
Here's Leon and the Peoples with Beautiful.
Thank
I lay him with you every single day. My love for you is deep in every way. Do you know I got love for you daily? Say it to you, say it once again. Tell your mother, tell your brother, tell your daughter, she's so beautiful, so beautiful. Tell your sister, tell your lover, don't forget your baby mother's beautiful, so beautiful. I'm born with you. You're my everyday, my life with you. Strength is every day. Do you know I got love for you daily? Say it to you, say it once again. Tell your mother, tell your brother, tell your daughter, she's so beautiful, so beautiful. Tell your sister, tell your lover, don't forget your baby mother's beautiful, so beautiful. When you feel it, got to give it. Show them that you love them so. When you feel it, got to give it. Let everybody know. Tell your mother, tell your brother, tell your daughter, she's so beautiful, so beautiful. She's so beautiful. Tell your sister, tell your lover, don't forget your baby. She's got it going right, so beautiful. Tell your mother, tell your mother, tell your daughter, tell your brother, she's so beautiful. So tell your sister and your lover, tell your sister, tell your lover, tell your brother, baby, she's so beautiful, so beautiful, so beautiful. Tell your mother, tell your brother, don't forget your lover.
That was amazing. That was absolutely amazing. And thank you, Rez. Thank you so much for setting that up.
Shout out to Bree Coleman, and thank you once again for Brother Leon. His name is Leon. I keep saying Brother Leon because that's how I connect him in my spirit. But Leon, I just want to get him billed properly. Amazing actor, singer, as we can hear, and good guy, right? Good guy.
Just a sweetheart, just a sweetheart. A really wonderful man. And you know, he does, somebody had typed up, he sizzles through everything he's in. And yeah, he sizzled a little bit through this show. I gotta say, I was sizzling too, but Leon's I was sizzling for Shaka Khan though. And speaking of Shaka Khan,
You know what?
no, it wasn't me. It's not my fault this time. Pops asked to hear my funny Valentine. It's not my. He did it. I'm
Well,
doing
we
it.
gotta
there.
close with it. We gotta close with it. Then if Pop says it, we gotta close with it.
Pops wants it, and Pops, just so that you know, the show today has gone an hour and a half. An hour and a half. I mean, no, not an hour and a half. 2.5 hours. So you were asking about a 4-hour show, and these shows are going longer and longer and longer. I try to, but then people start getting juicy at the end. He started getting juicy. We couldn't. You can't stop this. You can't stop this, right?
Nah, we couldn't stop that at all. And you know what? The beauty about doing your own show is you don't have to. How's that?
True. This is true. Rez, I love you to pieces. And
love you more, man.
Thank you so much. All the time, all the time. Everybody, please tell somebody about the show. If every one person tells one other person, that would make us so happy. We're not asking for your money. We just asking for your friendship.
Share the videos on your Facebook page. Share the videos and let folks know that we're here and that we are bringing you a variety of stuff. Shout out to Tiffy Red and Lulu. I see you.
Yes, and P Boogie done told her family, and I see them. They like, hi, Auntie Pat. Yep,
that's what's up.
We love it. We love it. We love it, and we love you. And thank you so much. And we love Shaka Khan. And so, with that,
yes, you are.
Wait, sorry, Shaka. I'm gonna play it again. But I have to say this. Wednesday night, we are going to have a friend of mine is gonna come on just to chit chat about he's going to tell us about some of his adventures with some of the most amazing divas of the disco era. That is my good friend Troy Bronstein is going to come on, and he's been on the show before, but you haven't been able to see him. So I feel like all the shows that happened before, we were doing video, we have to now get those people on video. So Troy's going to come and tell us some of his stories about Madonna, about Evelyn Champagne King, Martha Wash, and all of the legends that he's worked with in the past. And then on next Saturday, my other good friend, Miss Robin S., is going to come on and talk with us. So I just wanted to get that out and let you all know. And the following Wednesday, Jeannie Tracy, who is a legendary house music, dance music singer. So I just wanted to let y'all know what's coming up. All right. Now, see you later, Rez, and back to Shaka Khan on WJBR Internet Radio. Button, subscribe, and like it. See y'all next time.